fans, it's Lys Hayes here, and welcome back to another episode of Athlete Spotlight. We are just a few days away from our first game to kick off football season, and right now I have the privilege to not only sit down but chat it up with our very own QB1, Casey Thompson. Casey, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for the introduction.
And thank you for giving us time after practice. I know that's not easy. Like you said, you're on a time crunch. But before we jump in, we come bearing gifts, OWL TV. So we brought you just a small gift.
Oh, thank you.
Literally just a welcome to FAU, welcome to the culture.
I can open it right now?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, a shirt, multiple shirts. Thank you, I appreciate that.
Of course, you're welcome.
I need some gear anyways.
No, definitely. You being here, we got to start you off with some gear. We have to. Clearly, you're here now. You've been on campus for some time. How are you enjoying the Florida Boca Raton weather?
So when I got here, I moved in at the end of May, and when I came on my visit, it was really nice. Like I was here for about a few days, and it was really pretty. And then I didn't realize that in June and July it rains a lot.
Yeah,
so
this summer is pretty bad.
Yeah, it was raining almost the whole month of June. I don't know, I didn't get a one beach day, but it's been really good. You know, I spent a lot of time in South Florida. We first came as a family on vacation. I went to the national championship, University of Florida versus OU.
Okay.
In 2009, and that was at, I think, Hard Rock Stadium in the Orange Bowl.
Right.
And so ever since 2009, I fell in love with Florida, and you know, I like Miami, and I like Fort Lauderdale and the Boca area. And then just in high school and college, I've been taking kind of my own mini vacations out here every off season. So I come to South Florida 5 or 6 times a year, even when I wasn't, even when I didn't live here yet. So I'm very familiar with the area.
Yeah, so you have some experience.
Yeah, I come here a lot. You know, I know all about Palm Beach County and Dade County, and you know, I know about Miami and Coral Gables, and so I really like South Florida, and obviously, you know,
what's not to like?
Yeah, obviously South Florida being nice, and then you know, the staff being here, I had a lot of familiarity. So.
Okay, nice. So leaving Nebraska, Northern place, aside from your former head coach, why come here and choose FAU? Like you talk about you've been to Florida before, but like, did that play a role when you come to FAU? You know, obviously coached it.
The biggest factors, other than Herman, I had to make sure that there were going to be an offensive coordinator and quarterback coach that I believed in, and I feel like that we see the game the same, and I think that we speak the same language, and our relationship is so important to the offensive success on this team. And just from the first phone call to the 7-hour film meeting that we had on my visit to being with him every day, we're really close, and we've built a lot of trust, and that goes on and off the field, and I'm able to talk to him about things. You know, his family has welcomed me in, as well as this team. But Charlie Fry, his experience, you know, being with the Miami Dolphins with Tua, and Tua, you know, ran the same offense that I've ran under Sarkisian, and Coach Fry's also worked with Mike Yursich, who's the offensive coordinator at Penn State, who was my OC at Texas, and then kind of Coach Fry's you know, experience being here this spring with Coach Herman. So I thought it was a perfect offensive fit. And then just the skill players that we have here. You know, I watched the film, and I turned on the Purdue game, and you know, I watched LaJohntay Western, and I watched Burt, and you know, I watched you know, Toombs, and I watched, you know, Smoke Mungeon, and I watched Larry McCammon and those guys, and I turned the film on. And then the biggest thing for me is I watched the offensive line, and I really just studied their feet, and I'm just watching, just like, okay, how does the right guard move, the right tackle? And I thought we have just a lot of talent on the team in general, and I just think there's a lot of grit and athleticism on the team, and so that's really something that attracted me as well.
Nice. Okay. So you were in a press conference the other day, and you said something that kind of became like a quote on the newspaper on UP. You said, "My mind is on winning." So leaving Texas, leaving Nebraska, and now you're here at FAU. What are some different, or do you have different goals or benchmarks that you have made that look different from when you were at those other schools coming in here?
No, like I said, my mindset is on winning, and the goal is always the same. You know, you want to be the best that you can every day, and just that constant struggle and strive to be, you know, the greatest person and the greatest player that you can be, and that's my personal goal. And as a team, you know, I want us to achieve things that have never been done here before, but I just think it starts with focusing on the process of what it takes to be a winner, one day at a time. And this is not something that can happen overnight, and I understand that. But the goal is the same for us, and it's the same for me as it's always been on every team I've been on. And that's to go 1-0 every day, and want to go 1-0 every week, and just win every game that we can.
This is just me. This is a curious question that I have. So you're Oklahoma native, born and raised. The University of Oklahoma, there has been numerous phenom quarterbacks that have played and represented your home state well, that played on a collegiate level and now are playing professionally. So you have your Kyler Murrays, your Baker Mayfields, your Jalen Hurts. For me, I'm just wondering, players like that, and I'm sure you have other players that you grew up watching, like who are some quarterbacks that you watched growing up that kind of played a part on your playing style?
My favorite quarterback of all time is Tom Brady. I love Tom Brady's mindset, and Tom Brady is a proven winner, but it's the way, like when I listen to Tom Brady talk and I listen to him in interviews, the way he talks about the process, the way he talks about his career, I'm in love with the way that he thinks and the way he looks at the game. And so Tom Brady is my favorite quarterback of all time.
Okay.
I have the TB12 method book, and I read everything that he talks about from a training perspective to nutrition to how he prepares his mind and body in the off season. And the quarterbacks that I really liked that I liked growing up was Cam Newton, Marcus Mariota, but I would definitely say Tom Brady for sure.
How dare you not name Peyton Manning?
Oh yeah, well Tom Brady is my favorite quarterback. So those two guys are kind of in their prime at the same time. But Aaron Rodgers is somebody that I like. But Tom Brady for me is at the top.
At the top. And
then the athletic quarterbacks that I kind of looked up to, that I felt like I had a similar game, was Marcus Mariota, Cam Newton, Deshaun Watson, and then as far as Kyler Murray and Baker Mayfield, I like their moxie and just kind of how they can scramble around. And so when I think about guys like Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Johnny Manziel, I like to watch and see how they scramble around. And then here recently, I like to watch Bryce Young a lot. Bryce Young, he is very similar in frame and stature, and he has really fast, quick hands. His athleticism and his IQ is really high. So I like to watch his game a lot and just study and see how he performs.
Okay, those are a couple of good quarterbacks. Yeah. Again, you didn't mention Peyton, but okay. So there's this confidence that oozes from some players. So for example, you'll have a Tyreek Hill. From the minute he stepped on the field, he's letting it be known that he's the fastest wide receiver in the game. He's the fastest player in the game. And then on the other side of the field, you have a Jalen Ramsey. Like from the minute he touches down on the field, he's letting it be known he's the hardest DB in the game, and he's going to lock down your favorite receiver.
Right.
It's just this thing, when they hit the field, they're letting it be known. What is something that needs to be made known about you?
For me, I have a humble confidence. I have a real calm demeanor, but my confidence comes from the fact that I am very comfortable in knowing my abilities, and I'm very confident in my preparation, and I'm confident in my own athleticism, and I know what I can do with the football in my hands. And I feel like just my ability to manage the game and to make plays that sometimes coaches can't teach. You hear people talk about good players and great players. They do things that you just can't teach, and I like to let that go on display. And just behind closed doors, honestly, I'm very confident, and I just love the preparation and just being with the team. And I like the pressure, and I like a lot of ownership being on me, and I like the weight of the team and the success of the offense to fall on my shoulders. And that's something that I feel like a quarterback has to have, and that's something
it's a different kind of leadership.
Yeah, it's a different kind of leadership and accountability role. But I kind of just have a humble confidence, and you'll see sometimes I'll get real high and I'll get excited, but most of the time, I'm real even keel and real mellow, and I think that comes from just my poise. Before the game and pre-game and even at practice, I try not to get too high or too low.
I know you're short on time. We're gonna play a quick game. Okay, so we're gonna play a game called Guess That Quarterback. So I'm gonna shoot out a couple questions to you, and I'm gonna give you answer choices, and you have to guess which quarterback is the fact based off of.
Okay.
So the first one is gonna be, which quarterback is the only quarterback to beat Tom Brady, your favorite quarterback, twice in a Super Bowl? Is that A, Nick Foles, B, Eli Manning, or C, Ben Roethlisberger?
Eli Manning.
Okay, that's your first one. You got that right. Okay. Second one. Which quarterback, after being cut from the Green Bay Packers, went to work for a grocery store and then later won a Super Bowl in 2000? Is that A, Steve Young, B, Brett Favre, or C, Kurt Warner?
Kurt Warner.
Okay. That's 2. Okay. This one is a little harder, but I doubt. You seem like you know your quarterback, so it may not be too hard. Who are the last 3 quarterback Heisman winners? So A, Joe Burrow.
I can name them all.
Let's go.
So Caleb Williams won the last Heisman.
Okay.
Before that, it was Bryce Young.
Okay.
Before Bryce Young,
No receivers, because I know
Devontae Smith won it in 2020. Before that, it was 2019. It was Joe Burrow. 2018 was Kyler Murray. 2017, Baker Mayfield.
You're showing off now. You got it. Okay, you got that one.
I can name them back to 2000s.
Okay.
But we won't go on that.
And this one was just to not throw you off a little bit, but to just see where you are. You kind of already told me which quarterback is the true GOAT. I have
Tom Brady. Seven Super Bowls. Went to the Super Bowl 10 times. Only lost 3 Super Bowls by 1 possession. So he's done his job. He is the GOAT, and hands down. Behind him, I think it's Joe Montana.
Okay. Why was Joe Montana listed as one of my answer choices? I'm a Peyton Manning girl all day. I love Peyton Manning. I love everything he stands for. Anyways, Casey, thank you so much for giving me your time.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any last words you want to say just to the FAU community? First game is Saturday. Everybody's so hyped up. Can't wait.
I'm just excited for the season, and let's pack the stadium out. And we're excited about y'all's loyalty and support to the Owls. Go Owls.